Now see how wonderful this looks? It looks beautiful. I have already emptied our canister, as you can see. Now the other thing I wanted to mention is if you're not getting good pickup, it could be a number of different things. You might not be on the right floor setting. That will do it. Or you could have a clog in the hose. You could also, there's a little beater brush down there. See, there's a lot of stuff in there. That can also cause the problem too. Now see, we don't need the beater brush for most of the time, so anyway, I think later on I'll have Dad clear out the beater brush, or I'll do it the next vacuuming cycle. But that, if you're using your beaters and this is coming up like this, that could be a reason why you're not getting good suction. Could be a bad electrical outlet. You know, if you're getting in and out power. It's just best to take a look at each possible cause. Sometimes your tools attachments might be clogged because they don't really have a big opening. So that's also another possibility. Or you could have an overfull bag. That's another possibility. And the good part about a bagless system is you can empty it more freely. There's a lot of cost with having the bag. And it's amazing how much a bag can hold, but still, it's also amazing how much is in a bag. So you don't want that lugging around if you don't have to. So anyway, that ends the video here for vacuuming. Hello everybody. Now that we've got the vacuuming all done and the floor is completely clean and you plan on mopping, it's the perfect time, because when you mop, it will be clean and you're just getting any residual dirt that the vacuum didn't get. Now, there's different kinds. I have this kind. It's a microfiber mop and it works really good. And there's sponge mops, there's rope mops, there's all kinds. But this works the best for me. And it is not wet right now because it's kind of hard to demonstrate with a wet mop and do a video simultaneously. So here is the mop, and when it is wet, we're going to go back and forth. Sort of like when we're dusting off the walls, if you saw that video. That's what you're going to do, and you're going to flip it, and you're going to go, and you're going to cover all the area. It really doesn't take long on hardwood floors. It'll probably take me maybe 20 minutes to do our hardwood floor. And I use hot water. Hot water dries quicker, and it's sterilized as you go. And with your floors, you've got to know what kind of floor you have before you mop. Because some floors, you cannot put certain kinds of cleaning chemicals on it. Now with our hardwood floors, it's best just to do with hot water. And I also have a specialty floor here. It's a vinyl floor. It's got Scotchgard on it. So with the Scotchgard being on it, we cannot put any soap on here. You put soap on there, you ruin your Scotchgard, and then it's very difficult to go ahead and mop a floor or clean up any spills that are liquid spills. You could have a stone floor, for which we have a stone floor. They have special stone cleaning. I did that before I sealed it. Now once it was sealed, then I could go right ahead and take this and mop it with the hot water. Before that, you could not do that because you could jeopardize your stone. You also have ceramic floors, is very popular as well. We have one here in the bathroom. I'm not over thrilled with the cleaning prospects of it. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. Now, with this, you use the same motion. Ceramic, you cannot use Clorox products or anything that has Clorox in it. It will loosen up the tile grout, and the tile comes out. You have to regroup and glue the whole thing and grout it. So know what your floors are, know what can be used to clean them, and then go ahead and do it. And each room, no matter how big or small, gets its own hot water for that room, so that you keep every room self-contained with its own cleaning. Just like when we were dusting with the dust mop, after each room, out the door you go. The same with the floor. Every room has its own mop water for it. So that's the end of the video of mopping floors. Okay, everybody, now this is the after mopping. See how nice it looks? Now we do have like a water drop right there. So this floor is still a little on the damp side yet. So if we wanted to put a rug down, we'd have to wait. Because if you put that rug down on a wet floor, you can produce mold, mildew, ruin your floor, ruin your rug. You know, it's expensive, be an expensive mistake. Now see, you can see a little moisture yet here on the hardwood floor. So that means we are not going to put anything back in its place, like the treadmill and the rug that protects the floor, because again, you don't want to destroy the floor that lies below. And that's part of the problem we had with the floor when I redid this floor, was people left things moist, and I had a lot of mold to get rid of, and it's very hard to get out of wood. So we did manage to do it, so that's the good news. So this is this floor. Let me show you the stone floor. See how nice that looks? Okay, and now here's my office. And again, we had to move stuff around. It's basically dry, but we're going to let it dry a little more before we put everything back in its final position. Again, we're trying to protect the floor and the furniture from mold and mildew. And actually now we can go ahead and do our next job, which is cooking breakfast. It's a late morning today as far as eating, but it's well worth it. It's easier for me to get this kind of work done now than to wait and do it right after work. Alright, this is another segment on the refrigerator. I have thought about this all afternoon, and I realized the one that Bobby and I bought had an ice maker and a water dispenser through the door. But that still makes this at least 15 years old, if not 20, somewhere in there. So anyway, just letting you know what happened.